I'm with this lady whose name I don't know. She can tell me if she wants. She doesn't have to tell me.
Crystal.
Crystal.
Christine.
Christine. And you're a resident at the Cheshire home.
I did.
How long for? How many years?
I've been there 5 years now.
5, right. And is it good, bad, indifferent?
It's excellent.
Is it?
Yes.
Do you have to pay to be there, or is it provided? You have to pay, right? Yeah?
Well, that's the money.
Right, right. Obviously, presumably, you get help with that finance. If people haven't got any finance, presumably they get help. Do they? Is that what happens?
I would do from the start, I know.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I know I've done work, but the previous guy, he's now retired, who was the very flamboyant. Right, that's right. And he was very used to running hotels and things like that. And I knew him for years ago.
I'm still the Lord.
Right, and it was always a very high standard they tried to achieve. I know that. I know they always, and they also. I saw it developing over the years. Like it became more accessible for people who did have disabilities, and they obviously began to realise you don't just put people in there. You've got to do things. Do you participate much in? Do you?
I'm out as much as I can.
Yeah. Right.
And we do things well.
Right. Because I know of people, for example, who go there for the swimming pool. They can go there and use the pool, which is a very useful facility. But it shows you how short of swimming pool facilities we are. Those sort of facilities that they have to go. Does that interfere anyway with the residents? Because do they lose time in the pool because other people? No. It's adequate. It's perfectly good. And you have trained people there to help you.
We do it.
Right.
We have a staff there, has about 3rd.
Right.
And there's 2 girls.
Right.
It's very good.
Yeah. Right. And the food you help, do you get to participate in cooking food, or is that all staff do all that? Do residents help with that?
We have a special cookery section.
Right.
Who produce all the food.
Right. How about things like laundry? Are you able to do your own laundry? Is that facility available for you? Because some people are very special about their clothes. They want to do their clothes.
In the laundry system.
Right.
It's very, very good.
Is it? Because strange enough, one of the little job I tried to do for them years ago, they wanted a extra facility for the laundry at 1st floor level. And I said, well, it was upstairs. I said, it's no good putting it upstairs. I don't know where it finished up. I said, it won't work for a lot of people. Now, those things, laundry, is it down? Is it? Yeah, right. What do they need there now? What extra facilities do they need, do you think?
Donna will tell you exactly what we need.
Yeah? What do we need? There's a lady, she's off camera. What extra things do you need at the Cheshire home?
I think volunteers would be very
volunteers.
Beneficial. Additional volunteers would be good. And obviously we're all...
You stand this way because the noise in here is so at a high level, it picks up all noises. So
volunteers definitely.
Right. You work there, do you?
I'm the CEO.
A paid employee. All right.
This is the boss.
Just the manager.
The boss. You're the boss.
Yeah.
Because I did see mention of a building project, another building.
Yeah.
What's that going to be?
So we're going to add on 2 new additional rooms.
Right.
So to cater for additional individuals on the island that suffer from disabilities, hopefully the younger generation as well as they're coming through. So those rooms will have the kitchenettes in, so they'll be fully functional. So with washing machines and cookers, and
all that sort of
cases. So yeah, so
that's one of the things that people, architects especially, don't understand. If you have people with disabilities living in their own house, they need acres of space. You can't just have a normal so-called bathroom. If you need a hoist, it takes space.
Yep.
And it's not easy to get dry. If you're a disabled person, You get out the bath, you might need a drying cabinet. There's all sorts
Yeah.
of... People don't realise this, do they? And it
And
costs...
we're very lucky from
Yeah.
where we are because we
Yeah.
have got space. We're purpose built.
Right.
But the area that we are concerned about obviously is donations. So that's
Right.
obviously key to us. COVID's had a big impact on the level
Right.
of income that we can secure.
Capacity, how many residents can you accommodate?
Currently can accommodate 28 full-time residents, and we've got one respite suite.
Right.
But probably from February, March next year, we should be able to accommodate 30.
Obviously, there's a little hospital being proposed and all sorts of things being proposed. Under that scheme, is there going to be any accommodation of the sort you provide generally for the general public? Is it going to be more of it?
Not that I'm aware.
No.
So the Jersey Care model is about bringing care into the community.
Right.
So it's a very different model to what's currently in existence. But hopefully, when that's introduced, it will provide more opportunities for people who can live independently to continue to live independently.
Yeah, well-
and then we're there if they can't.
Well, of course, a lot of people could if they had a house which was big enough and it wasn't approached by 20 stairs, because these are basic things which have to be overcome, don't they?
Absolutely, and as you say, it's a lot of space required.
That's
So
right.
therefore, it's and in Jersey, particularly at the moment, with the price of properties, that space isn't readily available. So a lot of older properties are currently being adapted to support people with disabilities.
Right. When you say living independently, that would include somebody who has care, or somebody carer comes in. That is still independent as far as the
absolutely.
terminology. That's
Yeah.
the terminology. So it's still quite an expensive commitment, isn't it? If you've had a stroke and you need a care in the morning and a care in the evening, it's still quite an expensive activity, isn't it?
It is definitely, and I think there is a lot of aging population. There's going to be more pressure
Right.
on the system, so there's lots of opportunity.
With your resident here, when you moved in, were you an independent person? Was it a new type of life for you, or was
Oh,
it?
it was a new type of life, yes.
Yeah.
I've had my own home
Did you? Right.
and looked after.
And you were able to look after yourself.
Yeah.
You were able to do that before you went into the home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it becomes a bit of a process, doesn't it? Because you suddenly find yourself in this situation where you can't, and somebody has to make a decision to say you could go into somewhere like the Cheshire Home. Did you make that decision yourself?
I did.
You did.
I left alone to start.
Right. Right.
So, that was the main thing.
Right.
But it hasn't stopped you, has it?
Oh,
No, it hasn't stopped
No.
her. She might have lost a limb, but it's never stopped Christine to be so self-sufficient, so self-dependent.
Well, the speaker today, I mean, who would have thought a blind man could be the Home Secretary in the UK? But it's not unique. People do these things, don't they?
I do.
Eh? I mean,
That's
it's
about
not the end, is it?
That level of inclusion and acceptance.
Yes.
At the
Exactly.
beginning of this conference.
Why
somebody
is it the
mentioned-
general public? Because everybody knows somebody who's got disability. Why don't we accept it? Why do we fight it?
It's interesting. Yeah.
What do you, final words, good or bad? This is excellent. I've never seen anything like this in Jersey.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think all the different areas coming together, airing what they do,
Right.
and there's a me, you've got healing ways. So everybody's got this
Right.
opportunity to improve their well-being.
Right.
Different.
Well, I've just got my
Learning.
disabled badge for parking.
you?
Yeah, I've just got it. Fortunately, I've had a few bits of treatment and I'm feeling a bit better now, so I'm a bit more mobile. But the prospect of being not mobile is quite frightening, isn't it? You can't go anywhere. Not you can, but it's not easy, is it? And I don't like to occupy a space as a disabled person because there's always somebody who's more disabled, who's more deserving. But what can you do? What are you supposed to do? I don't know. So there we are.
You're still a person, though.
Exactly.
No matter if you've got a disability,
Exactly.
you're still a person. You've still got feelings.
Exactly.
It's like all our residents. We give out 101% or more. I mean, they're still a person.
Yeah, of
They
course.
might have a disability, but you look beyond that disability and you just give your utmost to them, and they
Right.
bring us so much. you know, you make our day, don't you?
What time does day start there for most residents? What time does it start?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Whenever you want to get
Whenever you
I've got
want
a
to get
suggestion.
up. We,
Two suggestions. One,
I'm being nobbled here. Just
why don't you get down to Cheshire?
I will. I will.
Do a project.
I will. It's on my list because there are places. I mean, I don't like to intrude. I don't like to intrude.
but everybody's welcome at Cheshire Homes.
Intrusions, do we?
Yeah, we don't mind it at all.
I'll come knocking on your door.
Leave your contact details.
Okay. Well, I've left my card. You've got my card there. So, okay, we shall meet again, hopefully.
But it's you know, you're welcome at any time.
Okay.
You know, aren't you? Everybody's welcome, aren't they, Christine? It's an open door.
Thanks so much indeed.
Thank you.